Welcome to today's explainer. So, today we're tackling something that honestly gives a lot of people a headache, the present perfect tense. But don't worry, we're not just going to sit here and memorize dry grammar rules. No way. We're actually diving into this through a story from our source material that is just incredibly relatable. It's about a young girl named Lara who had one of those terrifying deer in the headlights moments right in the middle of class. I mean, we've all been there, right? It all kicked off with that one dreaded question from her teacher. Have you done your homework? And well, Lara just totally froze up. She didn't know how to answer. While her friends were shouting out answers, she just stayed quiet. Some kids even started smiling like it was a joke. You can imagine how small and nervous that made her feel. It's that classic anxiety spike that just completely shuts down your brain's ability to think. But when she goes home to her dad feeling all confused and hurt, he does something amazing. He steps in with this absolutely brilliant, empathetic reminder. He just looks at her and says, "You are not small, you are learning." He tells her to just take a slow breath. And just like that, he flips this embarrassing classroom moment into a safe space to actually learn. He completely removes the shame, which, let's be honest, is absolutely crucial if you're ever going to grasp a tough concept. What is present perfect? So her dad explains this in such a simple, beautiful way. Lara asks the obvious question, "Dad, why is it called present if it's about the past?" And he tells her it's basically a bridge. It's talking about something that happened in the past, sure, but the whole reason we're even bringing it up is because it matters right now. Think about it like when you say you finished your work. The work is in the past, it's done. But the result is that you're free right now to go play. Section 2. The grammar formula. All right, to really nail this, you just need a reliable tool. Her dad gives her this super easy three-piece formula. Honestly, it's just like building a simple machine. Step 1, you start with your subject. Step 2, you choose your helper word, either have or has. And finally, step 3, you drop in the past participle, or what he calls the V3 verb. That's it. 3 steps, no guesswork whatsoever. Now, regarding that second step, here's exactly how you know whether to use have or has. It just depends on who is talking. If the subject is I, you, we, or they, you just plug in have. Simple. If it's he, she, or it, you plug in has. It's a really neat little categorization that completely takes the confusion right out of the equation.
Section 3. Mastering past participles.
Okay, so then there's step 3, the big, scary V3. But as our dad points out, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's really just a special version of an action word that pairs perfectly with have or has. So eat becomes eaten, go becomes gone, and do becomes done. Once you look at it and realize you're just matching up shapes, all that fear kind of just melts away. Let's put that whole 3-step formula together. Lara tries it out, and she absolutely nails it. Subject is I, helper is have, V3 is finished. Put it together, I have finished my homework. Look at that! It's such a strong affirmative sentence. She proves right then and there she's got the mechanics figured out. And she even keeps practicing with things like, I have cleaned my bag, and I have studied English.
Section 4. Adding fun words.
Once you have the basics down, you can start adding some flavor. Her dad introduces these little modifiers that he playfully calls fun words. They basically give the tense its specific timing. Already means, it happened sooner than you thought. Just means it literally happened a second ago. And yet, which is super interesting because it means not now, maybe later, is just a fantastic little tool for things that haven't happened quite yet, but are totally still on your radar. And Laura applies these so easily. You can see how they just slide right into the sentence, perfectly nestled between the helper have and the V3 verb. I have already eaten, or I have just finished. It instantly makes the language sound so natural and conversational, giving Laura a whole new set of tools for her toolbox. Section 5. Rapid Fire Practice. All right, now it is time to really put this to the test. To simulate that high-pressure classroom vibe, her dad hits her with the exact type of direct question a teacher would ask.
Have you eaten lunch?
And boom, she answers without missing a single beat. Yes, I have. She realizes she doesn't actually need to repeat the entire long sentence back. A present perfect response can be short, sweet, super efficient, and packed with confidence. Her dad is really on a roll here, so he throws another one at her. This time, he purposefully sets it up so she has to give a negative response. He wants to teach her that have-not structure. So he asks, have you cleaned your room? And she handles it perfectly. No, I haven't. She totally grasps how to gracefully explain that an action just isn't done yet. The formula works exactly the same in reverse. Section 6. Confidence and the return. By the end of this practice session, Laura puts together a little recap paragraph to prove her mastery. And she writes this just beautiful sentence. I have made mistakes, but I have tried again. I mean, wow. It shows she hasn't just mastered the grammar rules. She's actually worked through that emotional hurdle. She built her self-esteem back up using the exact same grammar tense that tripped her up in the first place. Which brings us right back to the central conflict of our explainer. Tomorrow is a brand new day at school. Armed with her reliable three-step formula, is she still going to be nervous about those kids smiling at her? Is she going to freeze up again if the teacher calls on her? Not a chance. Her transformation is totally complete. She tells her dad, I feel confident now. I will answer fast. That formula? It literally became a shield for her against any future embarrassment. She knows the structure, she knows the rules, and she knows for a fact she can rely on them. But what I really want you to take away from this explainer is the dad's incredibly powerful closing thought. Laura proudly says, no one can laugh now, Dad, and he gently corrects her, saying, even if they laugh, you will still learn. What a phenomenal reminder. Learning is such a personal journey. Real confidence doesn't come from being perfect and never making a mistake. It comes from having the guts to try again. So I'm going to leave you with this. What will you learn the next time you are brave enough to try again, no matter who is watching?